Most are still asleep, and I ain't talking about no bedtime. The truth is not a Google search, you need to get your head right. The Greek goddess of illusion was called Media, and I'm not a coincidence theorist, I look for thread lines. Smashing every deadline, no longer smashing red wine. Though I can hear the bells chime, it feels like the end times. That probably should have been smashed on red wine, but the carnal mind is foolish. Obey and end up ghoulish. Don't get used by instinct, take control and learn to use it. Make a load of earnest music, earn a few quid, learn a few tricks. Sure, the truth is persecuted, this whole world is pure abusive. Know a bit about everything and everything about nothing. Figured out my noggin while you picture out shopping. You sit about watching while I dish it out, stop it. I don't mean to sound cocky, I'm not even proud of it. It's a second dish to me, just to be this out honest. I don't even need to sound honest, never been about profit. Everything but out on it, you can bet your house on it. Doubt I'll be out for the count when the sounds, and I'm down for the beat, no beat down. I mean, how long's it been? Help me out. I've been the only one who's held me down. All in the mind, hell freeze now. Still sick with it, healthy how? Few bars down and the world freaked out. I don't reach out, I seek out to speak out. I'ma recount the reasons they beat out.
Hello. Welcome to the 509 Divine Pines podcast. I'm your host, Joseph Daniel Pena, and today is my first in-house interview. Sitting alongside me is Jesus Garcia, a lifelong friend and a new yoga instructor, as well as a massage therapist. Today, we're going to be talking about yoga, mindful meditation, overall, our health and well-being. Plus, just anything else I might go ahead and shoot at you. Now, first and foremost, guys, I want you guys to like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your mom, your dog, pray for this. We're all one, we're all in it together, and the world needs a whole lot of love to make it better. So, guys, first, I guess also what I want to say, thanks for RSLE and Ghetto Bedroom Records in the chat. Both of y'all right here from the jump. Hey, you guys are the real ones. Thanks for keeping this ship going with your love and support. All right, guys. I wouldn't be able to do this without my sponsors. And today, go check out boomerboost.com. Use coupon code Joe30 for 30% off your orders for supplements, vitamins, nutrients, and all sorts of blends to get you guys right for the rest of the year, headed into the new year for the rest of your life. They have barley, they have collagen, all sorts of things, man, to make you shine, make you strong, get you right. They are well rounded with mind, body, and soul in mind with their mission statement. So you can trust them to take your life to the next level. I have been taking them for a while, and literally everyone's asking me at the gym, what are you taking, dude? I'm like, hey, go check out that Boomer Boost. I'm not even playing. Use coupon code Joe30 for 30% off your order. And that's just going to get you on the physical side, right? Now, for the spiritual side, I want you guys to go show some love and support to Sherry Ariano over at Divine Light Codes. She was my first healer throughout this whole process. I was running to her scared, and when I met her, she was the calming, anchor in the storm. Letting me know that, hey, it might be might be bad, but I'm gonna hold you down with God, and everything's gonna be all right. Like literally, she set me down. I'm now on an island, just just loving life. Found my kingdom. Look. I'll be honest, man. Times are just difficult in 2023. It almost seems like the battle of the human spirit is at its highest. You see it all over the news. You see it all over the world. Everyone just wants peace, whether they wake up or go to sleep. And Sherry Ariano can help you with crystal healing. She has elixirs. She can sell you crystals. She has all sorts of things like psionic healing as well. So she goes deep. She will work with you on multiple levels, be your teacher and guide. We work with angels over here, and some of us aren't afraid to admit it. And when we accept that angels and God are big in our life, man, things happen. Good things happen. Blessings happen. Use coupon code 509 Divine Pines for 10% off your order from her website. Thank me later, guys, because right now we're about to get down. So the topic on mind is yoga, and from there we will talk about mindful practices, working out, and he's gonna lay down his masseuse job first. But look, yoga is the main thing, and in my mind, it's gone back tens of thousands of years. I believe it was created as a practice for warriors to uh, get their body in excellence. I have been practicing yoga ever since high school with my teacher, Miss Bird. Uh, she threw me and my buddy up there in front of the class and said, "Hey, let's do some yoga." And then she called us both out, said, "Hey, both of you guys are so good," and like literally would tell all the girls like, "Hey, look at these guys. They're so good at yoga." I'm like, we're like, all right, whatever. We're all airheaded with it. We ran with it, and yoga has been a thing in my life. I've been uh going back and forth to, like, sometimes I'll miss it, and then just I'll just come back to it like it's water, man. I know I need it. I know my body really thrives with it. I've been an athlete my whole life, and without yoga I wouldn't be able to be as in shape and as healthy as I am right now. It provides much more than a mindful, clear state. It really dives into a lot of physical healing too. Yoga is definitely one of the hardest workouts. Now, when you practice yoga mixed with meditation, you can actually like really transcend your mind and body into higher states of consciousness and higher realms of energy. Tap into things that you wouldn't even think is possible. Just really feel full of ether, or etherless, whichever way you want to take it, I guess. And it's been it's been in a lot of cultures, from places all around the world to modern day societies. It's still all around the world. It doesn't matter where you go, it's been a thing. And I really think that when you practice these different types of lifestyles, really diving deeper into your psyche, your uh, anatomy, your physiology, you really get a good understanding of who you are and what your problems are. Um, I mean, literally, yoga is your own personal masseuse, and it's your own personal psychologist. When you get into meditation or yoga, you will think clearer, because you're actually de-stressing a lot of bones and ligaments and tightened muscles, tightened blood spots, just different parts of the body that were stuck like a cement, and now you're making it all like sand. And you're allowing your body to move freely. Also, clogged energy. They do say, the ancient Chinese and ancient Vedic reference a lot about chakra points and energy patterns, um that lay within our body, like, invisibly, kind of, right? But yoga kind of clears that. Like, I'll be honest, man. I just love it, guys. And here we are. Jesus Garcia, how's it going, man? Here.
It's going real well, Joseph. Here, to elaborate more on your point about yoga, from my understanding, yeah, yoga comes from all different sorts of practices. It's kind of like stretching. Yoga is just a fancy name for stretching. So a lot of different cultures, a lot of different peoples have practiced a form of stretching, or uh, a form of tai chi is what like the Chinese use as well. Uh, a light exercise, if you will, because like weightlifting is great and fantastic and everything, but it's real intense, and then you always got to be full focused and ready to catch the weight, because if not, it's going to crush you. But with yoga, it's looking more internally and looking to check within yourself and see how you move within your own dynamics. And that's where like the mental aspect as well comes into play, and where it helps to calm the mind and help understand how your body's moving all over again, which is real wonderful, because then you're going back to figuring out, hey, what's the basis to our health, and trying to figure out why we have these struggles in like our movements when we're trying to go about in our day-to-day lives. Yoga is coming back to ourselves and checking in with ourselves, versus like a sport or a weightlifting, where you're looking more externally and trying to exert yourself or force onto something else, versus with yoga where you're looking more internally and using your own power in under your own strength. There's a lot of different forms and practices of yoga, but at the end of the day, it just comes down to movement. Movement is like the basic core element to our health. As Joseph was alluding to, with the movement of chis and chakras, I can give it a more clinical aspect to it, if you will. Our lymphatic system is aka known as our immune system. I like to nickname it the waste management system as well. The lymphatic system runs parallel with the circulatory system. So that means wherever the blood is going, the lymphatic system is going right behind it as well. And it's going in there to help clean up after behind it. As I was saying before, it's also known as the immune system. So not only does it fight off infections, it also helps to clean dead red blood cells, excess hormones, enzymes, proteins, metabolic waste and such. So it helps with a lot of recycling as well, not just fighting the immunity. So that's where it's coming in to clean up these chakra points, or these clogged up energy channels, if you will. And the lymphatic system is pretty neat because it's a one-way street. The veins or the tubes, how should I call them? The
vascular system.
Well, the vascular system carries blood. I forget what the technical term for it, because like arteries carry oxygenated blood and veins carry deoxygenated blood, but the lymphatic tubes, right? The lymphatic tubes is a one-way street, so they only go in one direction. Unlike the blood is able. There's valves that close and prevent the blood from going back or forward if they're working properly. However, point being is that the lymphatic system is moving in one continuous road to help clean and recycle things that are floating around in the body. All right. So the cool thing, or the interesting thing, is despite it running parallel with the circulatory system, it doesn't have a pump like the circulatory system. The circulatory system has the heart to help move things around and make sure that the blood is flowing. The lymphatic system does not have a pump like that. There's actually only 2 instances when the lymphatic system is moving for you. So in short layman's terms, there's only 2 times when your body's helping to clean things or fight off infections. One is when you're breathing. When you breathe, you have the diaphragm that cuts you in the middle. You have a hole right down in the middle where you have the aorta and the thoracic duct, 2 hoses. The aorta is a hose that carries blood through it. The thoracic duct is a hose that carries the lymphatic fluid through it. So when we inhale, the diaphragm descends downward, and then as we exhale, the diaphragm contracts and squeezes these hoses, and as it ascends, moving upwards, that's when it starts moving the lymphatic fluid along with the blood. But breathing is when it moves the lymphatic fluid, because of the diaphragm. That muscle is contracting and squeezing the hoses to move the lymphatic fluid. And the second time is when we exercise, or when we activate and use our muscles. The contraction of our muscles is enough to change the pressure in the body to start moving the lymphatic fluid around. So that's why it's key and important to move or have some form of exercise in your life, to have a healthier lifestyle.
So, in essence, just stretching 5 minutes a day, every day for the rest of your life can prevent you from going to the doctors. I mean, just a little bit. If you push yourself, so 5 minutes of stretching, and then eating a little bit cleaner, and then really just smallly taking care of yourself, in some real ways. It doesn't matter. Like, doesn't matter if it's your whole life, you completely change, or just small steps. Whatever it is, the real aspects of really, taking charge. Don't buy them artificial gut cleaners. Stick to real things, yogurts, and natural based foods, real methods of stretching. Don't go and get a little massage chair and just sit at the mall for 5 minutes and think, oh yeah, perfect. No, like, it's not really gonna work out. Now, Jesus, so for everybody, let them know about yourself and what you do. You currently work as a massage therapist. So
So I've been a massage therapist for about 6 years, and I feel like massage therapy goes hand in hand with a healthier lifestyle and taking care of yourself for health and well-being. It goes hand in hand with like exercise as well, because you're training the body, and we also need to learn how to take care of the body. And massage therapy can come in and help take care of that body for us. I really view massage therapy much more as kind of like getting an oil change for ourselves. It's more like maintenance work, more so than like the luxury or spa setting that most people think about. Like, sure, you can have that luxury, relaxed aspect to it, but honestly, we come in with a lot of aches and pains, kinks, crinks, and dents and stuff that we want to be hammered out, if you will. And it's a real life scenario. We pound away day in day out, demanding ourselves to get up, go to work, don't complain. And maybe sometimes at 4 or 5, 6 in the morning, maybe even earlier sometimes for some people. Just depends on people's life. But yeah, day in day out, we're demanding so much of us, and how many times are we giving back to ourselves? And so that's where the exercising, the eating right, the breathing, taking the time to calm ourselves, giving ourselves space to just step away from the world can come in and give us great benefits and some peace of mind as well. So, massage therapy can help a lot with these aches and pains that we collect in our lives, because the body collects every sort of misuse, abuse, lack of use, wear and tear, trauma. You don't necessarily have to be in an accident or be an athlete to collect any sort of uh, aches and pains, discomforts, or what have you. You just got to live life. The body is just going to do its thing. The unfortunate thing is that we're not like gymnasts in the stretching, working out 8 hours of the day to not have any of these issues. A little bit of exercise goes a long way for us. I'd recommend more so. Thanks, awesome. I'd recommend more so trying to keep the bar of 5 reps a day versus the one time we lifted 500 pounds. It's real cool and impressive, but I think what's more important is having our endurance and making sure that we're able to move, get up and down every day. Because I think at the end of the day, is what we really want is being able to bend down and pick up our grandkids, if that's the ultimate goal. But having our own autonomy and our health to be able to go is what real longevity is all about. The real wealth in life. About once a month can go a long way in getting a massage to help take care of ourselves. Plus or minus can also be helpful a little bit more. The more the merrier, I always say. I don't think there's ever been a case of too much massage for anybody, but a general rule, we always say about like 3,000 miles, you got to change the oil in your car. About like a month, give or take, of abuse, maybe you should go in and help take care of yourself a little bit.
Smart.
So yeah, like I personally, I always say an hour is always too short again, because like we come in with so much stuff going on. So the sooner you go in, the better it is for your own health, because you don't have to collect all these aches and pains until finally something breaks the camel's back for you to decide, oh, hey, maybe I should go check this out now. It's better to catch things early. A nice little saying I always like: an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of action and a ton of reaction. So uh, a little bit goes a long way.
Now, I've been getting going to the massage parlor over here, JR Camacho's. Every now and then it's pretty cool. Just a simple chiropractor visit, simple little massage. I mean, makes me really want to dive deeper into, like as you said, hour long, 2 hour long massages and these things like acupuncture. I just want to know how far does this massage therapy and this practice go back? Is it something that goes back a long time?
Oh, it's been in our peoples for forever. Is if you've ever had like an ache and or you hit yourself and you start rubbing it, that's kind of like rudimentary massage. We've seen like what chimps, animals, and stuff like that, monkeys be massaging themselves or grooming themselves. So like some form of massage therapy has been in our people's culture for forever, I would assume. But like to documented texts of like massage books, techniques, and stuff like that. From what I've seen for here, it goes way back too. So what I'm trained in is Swedish massage, and it may be called Swedish massage, but it has terms and words like effleurage and petrissage, and those are French words. And so it's honestly a compilation of what like the West has learned as or figured out as a useful massage in this technique, because there's multiple techniques in Thailand. They use their feet, the Thai massage. Instead of using their arms to provide the massage, they use their legs. So they got their big, powerful leg muscles to be able to dig deeper and to hit a little bit deeper into certain areas. Whereas we're using our arms. But that's in Hawaii. I hear that they have a style known as lomi lomi, and they use their forearms to be able to hit big, broad strokes. So there's it goes back for a long time into our people's history. So it just depends on which culture you're asking and who you're looking at. Like in Japan, they have a form known as shiatsu, and that's where the person is on the floor and they're using leverage to be able to apply pressure on these pressure points, so that way that the practitioner isn't putting so much stress on their body or their frame. And so yeah, as a massage therapist, you're working a ton and you're putting stress onto yourself as much as I say. Get some pain relief for yourself. You also need some as yourself as a massage therapist. I try to practice as I preach. I personally try to get 2 or 3 massages a month when I'm good about it. But like after a month, I could definitely tell like, oh man, maybe I should get back in there and get a little bit of a tune up here and there. But overall, exercising, stretching can help keep you off the table a little bit. But overall, who wouldn't want to enjoy and benefit from a massage at the end of the day, man? Like, I'd try to get one every day if I could, but I don't live in paradise, not yet, anyways.
Well, if you lived in Tri Cities about a year ago, you would have been involved with them happy ending parlors, massage therapists. About a dozen of them got raided or so.
Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
about that. That was a wild story, man. Like, dude, I hear it's rampant like over on the other side, and it's crazy. They got busted like 12 shops or something, is what I heard, in 1 month or something like that. So it was nutty.
Man, just to go ahead and think like that stuff is still happening and it's everywhere. And it's not just like one shop, it's multiple places in the city. And, it's kind of just like sex trafficking. It's everywhere now. I just seen the Sound of Freedom movie. It's all about that. Shit, that was wild. Go check it out. Anyways. Look, so you mentioned something. So Eastern massage therapy is different than Western massage therapy.
Yeah, like cultures have their own forms of massage And so like being that we're from like the West, uh, Europe has the what is it? The EU. So they've kind of have conglomerated. They've kind of worked together. Universities, what is it? Realms of study have all come together and from different aspects of life. So yeah, like Swedish massage. I think the dude put the notes together back in like the 1600s, and so like sure, it's sure given Swedish as the name, but as I hinted before, it has French words in there. So like people have drawn from it, added to it, and tried to work within it. Like in California, there was a lady that developed her own technique known as Rothing, and so the only way to be certified in this Rothing technique is to go to her schools, and so it kind of just depends on what sort of techniques you want to learn. There's a vast variety of techniques because we have all sorts of different scenarios and situations. Like there's lymphatic drainage, like I was alluding to talking with the lymphatic system a little bit earlier. There's a style of technique of massage therapy that works with the lymphatic system and not just the skeletal muscles. Swedish massage is a little bit too rough for the lymphatic system, so you're working more with the muscle fibers and the muscle tissues and stuff like that, whereas the lymphatic system is a lot more superficial, so you need a lot more gentler and different strokes and styles to it. So it just depends on what you want, you're trained in, or what you're practicing, and what is needed to be administered. Because sure, there's maybe that like pleasure aspect to it and the relaxful aspect to it, but there's a lot of therapeutic medical practices or applications to it as well.
I definitely understand how there can be different massage styles. Yes, you mentioned this Japanese one, and it's hitting pressure points. It um
Hey, you want a wild massage story back in the day? Like so, uh, in order, so I forget the exact time, but I know it happened in history. In order to appease to Western cultures, Japan outlawed their form of massage therapy for a while. For I forget the exact reasons why, but for some reason, in order to appease to the to Western world and tradesmen, because uh, the West kind of came into Asia and knocked the doors down and kind of demanded the trade to be going and all this hoopla. So, anyways, in order to assimilate cultures and try to get along a little bit more, Japan, adopts cultures from the Western world, and so one of the mishaps in human history is that, like, hey, they outlaw massage therapy. And their form of massage therapy, shiatsu, and so a lot of blind people actually earned their living off of massage therapy, and so they were out of employment, out of a source of income or living, and so overnight there's a spike in suicides because these people had no way of living because they were blind, and that was an easy way for them to be able to not be hindered by their disability. So wild story from back in the day. I think again it was like maybe the 16 or 1500s or something like that when the West opened trade with the East.
But there's definitely been this long push to refine and control the arts of humanity. Just look at uh art museums these days. I'm not talking about yoga, but like people are throwing paint on a wall, having a banana right here, and just saying, "Oh, look at this $1 million thingy," or the better one, it's invisible. Look at this invisible thingy for 1 million. What So there's always been this push to kind of destroy and take away what is good from humanity. So I mean that people taking away massage therapy, that's pretty wild, but it's not too like, yeah, that type of stuff happens. But let's go ahead and talk about these other massage styles.
So hey, another one that I forgot to mention or bring up is that like in Turkey, for my instructor, she went over to Turkey to experience some massaging or learn from them, right? And so what she told us, I don't have any firsthand experience. So I can't tell you exactly how it goes, but she tells us that they incorporate baths with the massage. So like you'll get a portion of the bath, a portion of the massage, then you'll like take a bath or, of some sort, and then you're coming in for another portion of the massage, or or maybe you're taking the bath first, then the massage, and then this other bath or something. Because again, it's more like a spa sauna aspect, or more of that spa setting. So again, I don't have this firsthand experience. I just know that with Turkey, they incorporate baths with their massages. In India, I hear is that they got like this canister of oil overhead, and they'll have the oil drip onto your forehead, and uh, it'll what I'm assuming is that it's to help disassociate from yourself, because you have that as a point of distraction versus the massage therapist. So that will help to relax and not muscle guard as much. Is what I would think. Yeah, would be the tool, the reason for that tool like that. Other than maybe just having quick oil at hand. But those are some other interesting forms of massage. I'm not too sure about like any African. I've never looked into anything like that, but that'd be pretty interesting now that I'm expanding on the idea of other styles of massages to look into.
I have heard about hot rock massages, and crystal massages. I personally think that if you tap into your chakra system through these massages, you could definitely like supercharge yourself. I believe in some essence, you kind of gain strength from the heavens sometimes. Like, let's just say when you're in tune and you're in the proper meditation, you're in proper prayer, you know there's this divine nature of restoration that healing ourselves provides, yeah, on some very deep level.
Here's one thing I can tell you about that. Science can't necessarily tell us what our motivation does for us. Like we can break down like what an athlete needs and what he has to do, and like the muscle fibers and the mechanisms of the salts and all that stuff. Like we can break down uh, the fundamentals of like how to uh, get to and run a marathon, but the X factor of that person's will or inspiration of their uh, where they draw their strength from is something we can't quantify as of the moment. Or so like alluding going along into your premise, like with the right inspiration, strength, font of a font to draw strength from, you can propel yourself into greatness.
I do think that it all remains in us. Like, we have the strength, we just have to find it, we just have to reach to it and go to it, and trust other people. Massage therapy is something that you should feel comfortable around, and not be asked for a happy ending. Definitely, it's you're getting your body healed, man. I, I'm just thinking back over here at Tri City. That wasn't even too far away. That's like 30 miles, guys. 30 minutes away, literally.
Well, they're like everywhere. It's everywhere.
Yeah, no. So now, so from here, where has this led you, like, into meditation and um
So yeah, massage therapy kind of led me into yoga and trying to find some more peace of mind and relaxation. And as I was alluding earlier and mentioning that movement, some form of exercise helps to take care of our well-being through the lymphatic system, and then our breathing with the lymphatic system uh, helps to help recycle and clean things. But along with that, if you are practicing or work with a breathing technique or practice exercise, then you're working with your lymphatic system. So uh, it's interesting that when I think about it nowadays, when because I meditated before. I had experiences of meditating before and having these breathing exercises, but I'd never made the connection of the lymphatic system and breathing. But now that I have that, it puts it on a whole nother level, because there's two breathing exercises that I'm very familiar with, and one is breath of fire, where you're just taking swift breaths in and out. And what you're doing there is you're like oxygenating your blood and getting it ready, since you're going in and out, in and out, in and out, and in and out. And then the other form of breathing exercising is just taking deep, long, controlled breaths.
Breath of ice.
You could call it that, eh? And so these long, deep breaths help to calm myself, is what one thing I notice. I don't know if that's for everybody, versus like the breath of fire that gets me energized, ready, gets you pumped, since it oxygenates the blood, so you can work and play with that in these breathing exercises. These breathing exercises can come into play with your meditation, because then when you combine it with your meditation and the practice of trying to hone your mind, more can expand from there. Like I don't know all the benefits of meditation off the top of my head, but I do know that it helps to find connections that we wouldn't have before, in terms of like stresses in our lives, or because what happens is that you have like all these ideas flooding and flowing through you. And I'm sure maybe some of you, if you've been into the meditation realm, have heard about like just letting the river flow or what have you. But the concept there, the idea is to just when we're meditating, or when we're living our lives, we hold on to ideas and then we stick with them for a bit. But the practice of meditation is to just letting these ideas flow by, because they're going to happen. And it's just the practice of letting them flow and be entertained of the flow, I guess, is my takeaway from it. Because the more we like hold on to that idea, is when I come back to thinking, oh man, I let go of my breathing practice, so I have to get back to my breathing practice, and in the meditation, because again, these distractions start wandering in. But with continued practice with your meditation, it starts to become easier to let these distractions flow by. They don't hold you as much, and then you're just calming the waters, and then there's not as many ideas or distractions there, and then you're just stilling the waters more ever so. And then finally it's just your breath you're holding and noticing, and then that's the only thing that you're working with and practicing. And then that's where you're easing the mind, because it's no longer having all these rushing ideas flowing through, like the stresses of work, what your boss is saying, or what's going on in maybe school, or your significant others, or kids, families, what have you. All the things that life throws in our face. And so this just gives us a moment to come back and reflect and be appreciative of ourselves and all the hard work. Self-care is not selfish, is what I like to call, but at the same time, we always have to strike a balance. You don't have to just needlessly care for others, but not only just care for yourself. With everything, it's always a fine balance. Of caring for others and taking care of yourself, because if you got no juice in your tank, how are you going to run for others? And so meditation can come back to try to ease up a lot of the stresses that present to us, because a lot of it can be bigger than in our mind. Our mind can make big boogeymen out of some of the ideas, and stepping back a little bit can make it give us a bit of space and time to just be able to reflect and say, hey, maybe it's not as bad, and there's a lot more that I have in my control, and maybe I can let go of things that are really out of my control, and I'm stressing over that I shouldn't be stressing over.
And that definitely leads me into my next aspect of meditation. See, there is this healing aspect of meditation that everybody really can enjoy. And That's amazing. That's something that we all should be able to take home and look out after our family. But for the initiates or the deep divers into the world and its true mysteries of space, time, and dimensions, meditation can also be used recreationally. When you understand how to slow down your body and rhythm, you can use your consciousness in a different way. You can use your mind and spirit in a different way. You can transcend your spirit out of your body, astral projections, what they call it. You can really unlock your spiritual abilities. Some people can perform remote viewing. So let's break this down. Remote viewing would be the same thing as astral projection. What is happening is that you're getting into a meditational state, putting your body into a rhythm and changing the brain waves and brain patterns in which you are performing. I don't know which brain wave is exactly going. It might be like, wow, I'm just going to say theta or beta or delta, whatever. And you're tapping into what would be known as like your pineal gland, your REM, your DMT, channeling this higher source. Now, bringing in science, science has proven that when people die, there is this weird light that goes from the center of the forehead upward. Science has proven that you can kind of see this spirit if under these weird photonic lights. You can kind of tell that people have this spirit and glow to them. And science has proven that, yeah, like when we birth and when we're asleep, we have this REM activation, this DMT activation, which in ancient times like Egypt and other places, they definitely knew it as a seed of the soul to be to hold our consciousness and to be able to do these magical abilities. So when we tap into meditation on the recreational proper level, to, I guess, experience our spiritual side of life, right? um we can do some amazing abilities. We can get answers and figure out our true life paths. See, one of the ancient methods of living was this aspect of divination, prayer, meditation, tapping into our human spirit and doing it as a culture. I know that other cultures around the world, they every morning they get up and they all share their dreams, or some cultures actually sit around and meditate together and try to repeat the same mantra or belief to make it happen and manifest it. So collectively, America has been drawn out from what the rest of the world has to offer. Like we're in our own little pot. If you're not really seeking out to find these answers, you're not going to see what we truly are. And that's where I'm getting to. You we are magical beings. Healing ourselves is the first step. Tapping into ourselves to figure out the rest of our lives is the next step. Now, look, meditation is fun and you can find answers. So it's amazing. Like when you're stuck in life and you're really not sure where to go, guess what? Meditation and prayers and finding, these higher heavenly answers will be true. Like I personally did it over the last like 5 to 7 years. I've been meditating in my backyard, literally talking to heavenly bodies and finding answers, listening in, getting predictions about the future that would unbeknownstly happen, exactly how these messages were told to me. I'm not just trying to be prophetic with this. It's within everybody, guys. These psychic abilities, these other dimensional abilities. Meditation is one tool. You can also do something crazy with meditation, like what some yogis or some Buddhist monks have done, where they have slowed themselves down so much that they are now stuck in time. They paralyze themselves, or they put themselves in this uh, stasis. Yes. So, meditation can really be empowering. As I was saying just a little bit earlier, if you're around it with a group of friends, or if you're around a group of friends and you're meditating all together and like trying to, let's just say, I don't know, have some certain mission, right? Like you guys are just trying to manifest something. All right, well, this is how we're going to start this business. Boom. And you guys sit there and meditate on it for 30 minutes. Guess what, guys? Like some great things are going to happen. Someone's going to get messages. Someone's going to get a blueprint. Someone's going to get all the answers given to them. And, whether it's through consciousness or heaven or just pure luck. It's not pure luck. It's actually happening, guys. Like meditation, yoga, and all of this is looked at in Western science as a fairy tale. Half the time they're like, yeah, this is all just like what do they call it? They just call it just fake. Yeah, pseudoscience, pseudoscience, guys. But understand that we here on the 509 Divine Pines podcast and other people out in the world like to share that there is much deeper history to a lot of what we know and what is around us. And it's, very simple. In the morning, 5 minutes, I'll stretch, do a little bit of yoga, do some little bit of meditation, and I'll be like months ahead, like literally in my mind. I'm like, all right, now I'm planning out things way ahead. I'm like, this is interesting because I actually took the time to slow the body down so the mind can catch up. A lot of people just get up, they get up and they push the thoughts in their mind to the back, and they keep on doing things. Work. Oh, I got to babysit. Oh, I got tasks. Oh, wait, the Kardashians are. Oh, I got to game it. Oh, food. And they just push everything to the back of the mind. When you do a little bit of yoga or meditation, you sit there, you listen to yourself. All these thoughts come back peacefully, and you're able to actually dial in like a computer and plan everything out like a blueprint. And it's not until you actually give yourself the time will you find that you get the answers for all your problems in the back of your head that you're pushing away. I mean, how can you solve a problem if you're not actually sitting down at the desk and you know figuring it out, guys? I mean, people are so stuck on these other ways of coping. Pharmaceuticals is just killing people. I understand that.
Like some people use food as a distraction to deter from their mind. Like uh, really obese with the uh, sodas, coffees, and cakes. I know some people are eating like donuts, cakes and cakes and cakes and donuts, and I don't know how how they can handle it. I'm in shock personally, but hey, man, a nice, good, healthy glass of water is always delicious. Ice cold water is my favorite drink, but I like to mix it up. Lemonade here and there.
Yeah, man, like keeping our body clean is definitely one of the ways that we can make life easier for us. And then going to yoga or the gym is so much easier. And then boom, the doctor's visits are no more, and we don't have to pay thousands and thousands to fake ass doctors. All right, brother. Now let's quit bagging on the doctors though. uh let's talk about yoga for a second. So explain to my viewers at home just what is yoga. And
Most definitely. So yoga is just like a fancy name for stretching. It's just moving the body around, trying to figure out how to get into different poses and postures. Uh, it's a lot of involves a lot of flexibility. So I hear our strength or our health for our body comes off of three pillars. We have strength, endurance, and flexibility. Strength and endurance kind of go hand in hand. If you're working on one of them, you're kind of working on the other. If you're like lifting heavy, strong, building your strength, you're kind of building endurance because you got to be able to endure in order to lift heavy. And if you're enduring a lot, if you're like uh, pushing yourself to the limits and everything, that's kind of overall building your strength. But flexibility kind of stands on its own pillar over here. So that's where yoga comes in, or some sort of light body work movement in order to find ourselves in different postures. We're designed to move in 360 degrees, but how often are we finding ourselves in those 360 degrees? Uh, Today's modern world demands very little of us. It moves. We move forward and backward a lot. Our legs, our hips don't get a full leg range of motion because we're sitting a ton. Uh, we have a lot of like back, hip, knee issues mainly because of too much sitting, not lack of sitting. And yoga can come in again to provide us some sort of exercise or movement, some sort of body work to help us get up and off. Because like I was mentioning a little earlier, weights can be a little intimidating because they're high intense and you need to be all in all the time. My understanding is that weights are great for the skeletal muscles, but they can be a little taxing on the joints day in and day out. Running is great for the heart and lungs, your cardio and everything, but nobody ever got huge from running. And yoga is fantastic and great. Uh, but being as loose as Gumby isn't always the best thing as well. So it's a trifecta for our health. You kind of want all three. There's a rhyme and a reason to specialize if you like, but for overall health, a little bit of it all goes a long way back. Coming back to that old spiel again.
I definitely understand that part. Years ago, I was too skinny, too flexible. I felt my body parts. You know, like when I play basketball, they'll be stretching back like too much. I'm like, hey man, I'm just a little bit too flexible. This ain't right, man. I'd be scared that I'm gonna break my arm sometimes. And yeah, now I'm at the gym and gaining some muscle mass and weight, but I'm still doing yoga. And yeah, I feel everything better now. Kind of mixing both of them. Years ago I wasn't doing that much yoga, so it was like it was just bad positioning. Now everything's in proper positions. When I'm on the basketball court, literally my motions of the muscles and tendons are so fluid. I know it's because of yoga, because I'm over here looking at the way these other players move. I'm not like trying to just compare, oh, I'm better. No, it's like I'm looking at the actual physical formation, like how well their arms or legs can move, or how agile. I'm like, all right, and I'm definitely having some wider movement, some more control with how I can turn and navigate the ball, and control my arms and legs in midair or even on the floor. So I definitely credit what yoga has done for me. I mean, even in the morning, I wake up just so much happier. It's quite fascinating. Um, I got a question. There's about three types of yoga, or I mean, what types of yoga are there that are most common?
Well, I'm not super versed with all the forms of yoga, but the most commons that I always hear of is like vinyasa yoga, hot yoga, and like yin and yang yoga. And my takeaway from like hot yoga is that they're just raising the temperature in the room to so that way you got a little bit more blood flow flowing for yourself, so you feel a little bit more looser, limber, and you're able to get into poses a little bit easier. So hot yoga isn't anything too crazy or wild. It's just regular yoga but in a hotter room. uh, I hear that maybe you can feel a little bit too flexible and you can overextend, so that's probably the only Warning I can give you with that one is just know your limits on that one. Sure, maybe it doesn't feel as nice to start cold, and it feels way better to be in a warm room when you start stretching. But I've heard a story of this one lady thrashed her hip just because she got too deep into her hot yoga. So she got a hip replacement. Don't recommend that. But anyways,
Man,
yin and yang yoga.
never wanted to work out again after that.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
big fat.
No, she's been doing it for years. That hot yoga and just overextending into that thing and really, really digging deep. And she digged a little too deep into her hip, started aggravating it. So this yin and yang yoga, it's kind of like hot and cold in the sense where yang yoga can be more of like more fast transition between the different poses, whereas the yin yoga would be like holding the poses for like 30, 45 seconds, maybe a minute, and then you switch over to a new pose, and then you hold it for another 30 seconds, 45 seconds, maybe a minute longer, depending on what your practice or aim for is. But then, so at that point, and then depends what your tenacity is. Do you need a little bit more action? So maybe you're wanting all the different poses that you're switching between, and then that can make that yoga seem more of like a workout than just a stretch for yourself. So again, you can change the intensity. Just like there's a million ways to work out, there's a million ways to stretch for yourself and do yoga, and just kind of depends on what your flavor of tea is. At the end of the day, is what I always say. With the last one, vinyasas, I believe, are about like flows. They have a certain start and an end point, and then they have like a structure, a basis that you build off of, and then you can add other how should I say, extra stretches if you like, modifiers, or like adjustments to be able to add another stretch, or complement a different one with a different stretch that you want to incorporate into that. So vinyasas, they have like a basis that you can work off of. They kind of like have a template, and then you can add more stuff to it. Is my understanding of all that.
I'll be honest, I have heard of most of those yogas, and then another one is naked yoga that I've been seeing a lot of people do, and that one really got me back into yoga, man. I'll be honest, dude, that was my most motivating yoga ever.
It's real entertaining. It's a lot when you have less restrictions. It's a lot easier to get into those poses when you need to. Oh man.
Hey, okay, man. We started doing some yoga courses over at Planet Fitness, Prosser. Fucking my bad, not Planet Fitness. Prosser Family Fitness Zone. Guys, on Mondays and Tuesdays for all my 509 viewers, or if you're around the world and you want to come out and join us, bro, hey, fuck yeah, we'll love. We'll smoke up, man. 509 Divine Podcast. Hey, I'm gonna treat you guys right. Hey, so Mondays and Tuesdays at 6 p.m. You guys can meet us over in the lobby and before 6 p.m. or meet us in the top room all the way to the left and in the back. You'll hear some music and some stretching, and feel free, man. Feel free to go ahead and join us over there, guys.
You can possibly just make it your yoga hour. You'll just know the 509
Divine Pines
Divine
Yoga Hour.
Pines is going to be doing yoga at 6 p.m. on Mondays and Tuesdays. If you want to join us cosmically, you can do it at 6 p.m. wherever you live.
Hey, that's right, guys. I'm also a fitness trainer now, guys. So legitimately, if you guys want consultation, $50 a month, and I'll go ahead and help you out. I understand that some people just need help with dieting or stretching or what to do, what workouts, how to just be better in life. I will be your life coach as well, give you motivation and inspiration to get you past that mental blockage that everyone always faces with their own ego. I'll help you get past that. And we'll also go ahead and offer $100 a month for 3 workouts a week. So about an hour or 2, whichever you prefer. We can go ahead and amp it up for a more professional fitness program for $200 a month, and that's about 6 to 7 workouts a week. Now, Jesus, you're a masseuse. So go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about like where you're at and what your rates are and where they can find you, and a little bit about that. Like for my viewers, if they want to go ahead and contact you, where can they?
Well, I'm locally around here. I don't work at an office just yet. Been working more for myself. So if you're in need of a massage around locally, you can either contact Jose and he'll be able to get through me. But typically, it's just my number, and I don't want to put that on the air.
All right, yeah. Hey guys,
because
just tell them
I
that.
don't
No,
have
tell
it-
them
I
you
don't
don't
have
want to
a
put the
link.
number.
I don't got a link an Instagram or social media either to be able to make
fine.
it easy
That's fine.
for. Yeah, but if you're locally in the area, I'll be able to.
Do you have a business
Uh,
business card? Do you like his?
Dude, I don't got a business vacation, no, bro. Like what I meet you face to face,
Hey.
and I let you know, hey man, you contact me.
Hey, well, if you want a massage from Jesus, meet him at the local bar around 3 a.m. in the alleyway. Bring your own towel.
Yeah. Bird's Tavern. That's where we'll meet.
Yo, on Sundays you can find him at your local church.
Yeah. Just hanging around the local bowling alley. Not kidding.
Hey, look, guys. In all reality, we'll go ahead and get something done for you. We'll get you a business card, or we'll get you a setup that and we'll get everybody flowing to you. For a little bit more extra sponsorship, everybody in the 509, go check out my cousin's pizza place, the Pizza Box 509, over in Kennewick at the hub by the Toyota Center. Go show some love and support. I don't have a coupon code for that, guys. You're gonna have to pay full price for that pizza pie. Look, everyone loves pie. Well, like, you're not really gonna complain. Like people paying ridiculous amounts for garbage. I'm just thinking about some of these Yeezys and some of these Balenciaga shoes. Have you seen some of that shit, bro? These people have trash bags and like garbage on their shoes as art and stuff. $500, $1,000, $20,000. And it's all fashion designer. Look, over here on the 509 podcast, I don't promote that. Like, I'm promoting some real pizza. 509, Pizza Box 509. They'll give you some real stuff, man. I really want to thank you for being here, Jesus. It's been about an hour, so if you want to go ahead and talk, we want to talk about something else. If you have, we can have you back on whenever, man. It's been a blast, and we're gonna go ahead and give you guys an outro now. Is there any last messages for humanity or for the world, or anything that you just kind of want to say? Because this is something. What we're doing is bigger than life at all times. Our voice and our spirit and our presence has much greater power than we know. So what is there anything that you just kind of want to say to people to make them feel inspired, or just anything, man? Doesn't even matter. You can say fuck the Celtics like I do all the time.
Hey man, take care of yourselves. Self-care is not selfish. Make sure you hug your mom, drink some water, take care of others as well, not just yourself, along with my message. But yeah, man, don't wait until it's too late. Massage or self-care is very important. The best time to do any self-care was 20 years ago. The next best time is today. So watch out for yourselves and take care of others.
Hold on. Is there an email that they can contact you at?
Yeah, Sumanos, SUMMANOSE @gmail.com.
Cool. So they can go ahead and contact you at your email for massage therapy and maybe more instruction on the yoga class.
I offer yoga if you're interested. If anybody's just trying to not watch a video, maybe be in a live class and have somebody else there, hit me up. We'll do some yoga.
Oh, so you do private yoga instructing as well?
Yeah, if you like. Yeah, we can tear it up.
Okay, cool. What are the price ranges for these? So that people have an understanding of between the yoga instructing and the massage.
So like I guess massage roughly at charge 70 for the hour, but like if we're gonna incorporate, if we want to make it a package and incorporate yoga, we can do that. Like if you wanted an hour of yoga and an hour of massage, I can do 50 the hour each, so $100 for the 2 hours to give you a package deal and a discount. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, it's all you, man. Hey, I appreciate it, guys. Be kind with each other and be kind to yourself, your body, and life. This life isn't easily given. It can be easily taken away, but it can also be easily healed, and it can be easily nourished. We just have to take the appropriate steps, and it all starts with you and what you do today, tomorrow, and what you put around you. I love you guys. You guys go ahead and take care. I'll see you guys next time on the 509 Divine Pines podcast. Like, subscribe, share, and be blessed. Be high. Peace.
Meditating, analyzing everything I see, so I see new horizons. Took the acid, feeling blasted in my brain, so I've been sitting up inside it, thinking about the present and the future. I'm improving cause I am a trooper, never getting caught up in the loop. Got up out it cause I found the truth. Woke up to a beauty of the day, the sun is shining, so I'm finna stay. Sitting, soaking up all of the rays, till I feel it surging through my brain like some booger sugar. Did a lot of cane, experimented with it, couldn't name all the times I did it, feeling like a fade. Yeah, I'm really glad that I let it go, cause I gotta be prepped for the time when the plane ride is a new norm. So I know I'm gonna stay high, blaze on the ganja, feeling like I make my music go to another level while I take off. I can't ever stop this, fell in love with it, fit like a glove, so I'm never ever done with it. So now I'm about to rip another beat, ayy. One day I'll make $1 million in a week, yeah, shooting for the top spot. Feel like I'm a hot shot, like I really got a chance with it, I will not flop. Somebody gonna make it dance when I pop off, gonna have all the bitches taking all the tops off. I've been feeling like I'm really gonna kill it for the rest of my life, so I've been staying focused. In my soul, I've been feeling like $1 million, so I know that everything is really getting closer. Yeah, no posers, only been hanging with the ones I've chosen. Only all the people that are living in the right way, cause they spending every day growing. Yeah, no whole shit coming in my life and then leaving in a moment. That's the shit I'll never let into my life again, cause lately I've been feeling like I'm golden. Never showboat, I just showcase on my music that I made this far. Always knew that I could be the one that would get this far. Now I'm right here looking in my mirror, trying to figure out if there's any more fear, cause I'm getting rid of it all, yeah. Yeah, I'm getting rid of it all. Meditating, analyzing everything I see, so I see new horizons. Took the acid, feeling blasted in my brain, so I've been sitting up inside it, thinking about the present and the future. I'm improving cause I am a trooper, never getting caught.